Hey Scorpio, what's going on? Welcome back for a weekly reading. Glad to be here with you guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I know this will be out before then, but I won't be here Sunday. I will be celebrating it myself. Let's jump into it. They wanted different cards for you. So let's see. Hold on. I'm getting a message. Give me a second. Work, 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 work. All I do is work, 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 work. And those are the words they gave. I don't even think those are the right words, but that's what they're saying. Working harder, not smarter was your old mantra. That was how you operated. But you've been shifting into this energy where you are working smarter, not harder. And you're noticing the ease and flow of things in a tangible, visceral way. You weren't recognizing that before. This light is too bright. You weren't recognizing that before. Okay, yeah, here we go. Pass through the gate of opportunities wherein new paths unfurl with boundless potential. That's what I feel is happening, Scorpio. Yeah, my light just flickered. You're finally in this energy where you're taking on new exciting adventures. And the adventure could be small. I mean, I feel like even within your home, you're having these new adventures and it's working. It's making miracles happen in your life. And they're not really miracles. It's just your energy resetting to the vibrational set point that you've been wanting to have for a long time. You're in a place right now where you're seeing opportunity in a different way. Where before you would hear about the opportunity or see the opportunity but not take action, just kind of look at it and feel like, no, not yet. Or, I need answers to A, B, and C first. But now you're in this energy where you're starting to seize small opportunities, which is helping you cash in on bigger wins. And when I say bigger wins, there are bigger wins coming down the pike for you because of this energy that you're funneling into this new creative flow. You're really stepping into your power here, Scorps. Mm-hmm. They want you to know that there's more to see than what meets the eye. There's going to be an experience coming soon. And they want you to listen, like be quiet, listen and observe. Ask a question and just let the other person talk. Don't try to match their story and relate with it like, "Oh, yeah, I understand that. I've been through that." Or, don't try to have that tit for tat. They want you to really listen to what someone's saying. Pay attention to who they're talking about, how they're treating other people. There's something about an energy around you that is you find them toxic, you get frustrated with them, and you focus on like experiences with them, conversations with them, and you go you know. But they're saying if you actually stop and listen and pay attention to how they operate and navigate their day, you're going to start seeing a pattern of dysfunction and be able to look at them with love instead of judgment. And that's huge, Scorpio, because Scorpios can be very judgmental. I'm a Scorpio. I know. I've been it many times. You're in this energy where you are really kicking ass and overcoming obstacles. It's it's almost like you used to look at something as a huge mountain, or you're Goliath while you're David. You know, David and Goliath, the story in the Bible, the giant, and David kills him with a stone. I feel like in the past, when you were facing an obstacle, it always seemed like Goliath, or it seemed like the a huge mountain that you had to climb. Then it was just too much. It was too daunting to look at. But now you're in this place where you are looking at it. And you're not only looking at it, you're working through it, and you're finding your strength and your power in a way that you didn't realize you were it was laying dormant underneath the surface. And it was just in you taking it was just in you overcoming that fear and taking that initial step that showed you that it wasn't really a mountain at all. It was just a grain of sand. And you are in that experience that I was just talking about before. There's something about you just being quiet and observing, especially this coming week. Just sit quietly and observe and listen and pay attention to the habits. There's someone around you, and it feels like, I don't know, kind of cocky, egotistical. But somehow this week, when you watch them operate, how whatever they do, I don't know how you're going to, it's different for everybody. I can't specifically tell you, hey, John, when you're at Panera at 6 o'clock, this person's going to pass by that's a blonde. I can't do that. Source is not going to give you that kind of detail. That is for you to live. But what they're saying is there's somebody in particular. It's kind of like you almost felt inferior to this person. But this week, there's going to be an experience where you sit and you listen and you observe, and you're going to realize their faulty habits and patterns. Thank you. My light just flickered. You're going to realize, the areas they need to heal and grow in, and why they act the way they do, because you are on the other side of that. You've been through this period of self-mastery and self-realization and overcoming something, and overcoming a pattern of your own. And since you have overcome this pattern, you have been triumphant when it comes to this toxic pattern. You're going to be able to see clearly when you look at someone this week and observe them and their actions. And it's almost like you're going to start having compassion for them where once you didn't. Oop. All right. This is the time to really move forward and not dwell on the past. And that's how you're going to have a breakthrough. Right now, if I know Scorpio, I'm the same way, wanting to have the answers. If something happened, I want the answer. I need the answer. They're asking you right now to let go of the need to have the clarity and the answers to certain circumstances with people or situations that you have in your life, and focus on going forward, because that's the only way. And it's vitally important that you understand this. That is the only way the answers are going to come to those circumstances. Sitting around, dwelling and waiting for that information to come to you isn't going to come unless you move forward. And you are moving forward. All right. Keep focus. Don't dwell on the past. And they want you to keep focusing on creating a brighter future for yourself. And know that life does have many twists and turns. But you are so resilient, and you do things with such grace and poise naturally that it doesn't come natural to other people. And I feel like that energy I was just telling you about, that's what it is. That's what it is. I just got it. There's something you are able to navigate through twists and turns in your life, things that this other energy or other energies, they're going through. And they are not finding it easy to navigate. Where when they look at you, it's like they're comparing their inner turmoil to your outer success. It's like, I know Scorpio went through this, and they didn't act like this. They didn't act like they felt like this. And it's like almost like you can put on a good front, is what it feels like. You went through the same thing they went through. They just didn't see all the damage control you did, all of the healing that you did. But whatever you do, whatever it was, you've done it with so much grace. And that other energy envies you for being able to do that when it's so difficult for them. And that's why they're having like this kind of animosity. Now, they're touching my left thumb here. So it could be a feminine energy, you're feminine, or you're dealing with a feminine. You know, I have two feminines here, and I can't tell what that is. Someone is highly jealous of you. And it's that energy you're going to be observing. And they have actions where they come off cold and distant and like they're too busy and that they want to put on a front like they've got it together. But really, that's just them being calculated because they're nervous. And that's something you're going to recognize this week, is how nervous they really are around you. Yeah. And okay, now they're tapping my right foot. So it's a masculine that's nervous about a feminine. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just an energy. If the story is reversed for you, take it that way. It doesn't, you know, this is a general reading. It's not a one-to-one reading. That's going to be for more than just one storyline. All right. This is what it is. You have went to the depths of hell and come out of it looking unscathed and stronger than when you went into hell. Truly. And even if your life doesn't seem to look like you're very independent and free, you put off that energy that you are and that you're content and happy and at peace, even in the midst of the chaos that you've been living. And somebody else is living in the midst of that same chaos, but they don't feel or look independent or free, where you do, and they're jealous of that. And it's because you're reborn. Okay, you are the one that did this. They told me the color orange is really significant, and these butterflies, excuse me, have orange and black wings. So orange can represent courage, it can represent pride, ambition, enthusiasm, energy. And you were a master at alchemy. Okay, you can transmute energy like that. And this other energy, and I feel like it's taken you some time and a lot of practice to do that, but this other energy, they're going through this and they're trying to do things the way that you do them, but it's not working for them. And that's because they don't have the whole story. They only have what you've shared. They don't have all the details, and Source doesn't want them to have the details. Source wants them to be frustrated. 333 on the clock. Source wants them to feel this pinch. And that would make sense because they wanted me to pull this deck out. And I'm thinking, how does this deck going to relate to those other two? But now it makes sense because these are messages from that person. Yeah. These are messages. Jealousy. Didn't I say they were jealous? I'm very jealous. I can barely stand it. I told you. And it came out. Need time to heal. Right now, I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you. It's about me. This is that masculine energy that I was talking about. I told you they were jealous. They're jealous that you made something that was really difficult, a hellacious experience, or a really tough cycle, hard times, and you've come out of it looking better, being stronger, braver, speaking your mind, full of grace. And this person, oh man, they can't stand it. It's like, why does Scorpio get to have it so easy? It's so fucking hard for me. Finding myself. It was time. It's time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. That's why so this person may come off assholish, you know, and you know, they say things that are kind of one offhanded, or they, you know what, they try to, this is what it is. They're so jealous of you, and they are getting nervous around you because they're afraid. It's like you can see right through them. You've said things to this person where they felt like, damn, how did they know? Did somebody tell them? Did somebody, how did they know that? And they get all nervous around you because they don't know what you know about them. And it's like anybody else, they can be around anybody else and feel comfortable. But when they're around you, it's like they can remove the meat suit that you're in, the skin that you're in, open it up, and you have full view of their shattered heart. And that makes them crazy that you have that kind of power. They feel like it's a power over them, and they don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable because nobody else can see through them the way that you do. It drives them nuts. So what should they do? Oh my God, I just heard sit pretty and enjoy the show. Oh, well, I'm mic drop, source. I'm going to leave it there. I love you, Scorpio. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.